Hello, divas. We are very excited about this video series we are getting ready to do. It stems from some articles that we were reading on the internet, and the articles had to do with what are the characteristics that men like about older women.
Oh, I love this. I love it. This is going to be a 3-part series, and I think we're going to throw in a bonus so that kind of makes it a 4-part series because we're going to hone in because we want you to understand and relish and embrace the value that you bring to the table.
Yes.
Divas, I've been there, okay? We're excited about this.
And before we get started, we encourage you to subscribe to the channel. We keep growing. We love it. Make sure you're hitting that little bell icon so you can get all of the videos sent to you automatically. We encourage you to leave a comment. And on top of all of that, subscribing, the bell icon, the comments, we have some very exciting news. We have something coming in less than a week. And I'm going to let Donna tell you what that is.
Listen, I have been obsessed with helping my single soul-searching women over 40, 50, 60, and beyond understand their value when it comes to relationships.
For decades.
Decades. I just can't get enough of this, and because I was that woman, right? I wrote a book about it. The link's below if you want to grab it. But the exciting news, next Saturday on International Women's Day, we are rolling out the Smart Dating Divas membership. If you want to be one of the founding members and get that at the weedy little price that we're offering it for the first 50 people, click the link below and join us. This is so exciting. I cannot explain that. I can't wait to sit with my divas and help them understand their value.
Yes.
So as we continue on this video, the main topic is confidence.
Confidence.
Yeah, confidence, divas.
Confidence, that's the very first thing I noticed when we met. I'm sitting in the lobby of the restaurant. I know what she looks like. I've never seen her in person. And I look up, here she comes down the sidewalk walking. And I was just like, wow. She was confident, the way she was walking, the way she held herself. Shoulders were back, head was up. This huge smile, which never leaves her hardly ever, is on the face. And she walked in, and I'm telling you right now, and she said this ever since I've known her, confidence is sexy.
It is so sexy.
It
is so sexy, and as we continue our journey, we're married 5-6 years now.
5.5
years.
6 years.
Our confidence gets stronger, and we become more desirable to each other even now. And by the way, I am older than Jeff by a smidge. But
2 years.
But he likes older women. Not that
I do.
Yeah, it's just a few years. But this is the exciting point. It's like what attracted him? My confidence. That's the very first thing before he even spoke 2 words to me in person. So confidence basically is out front and center, moving in front of you. You haven't even arrived yet, and confidence is there.
Yeah.
And when you get there, it's lingering around you. And guess what? It stays long after you have departed. Yeah. So we are bringing this up because we want you to understand your value as you go out there. Don't be comparing yourself to these young guns.
Well, let me also say this. If you're following Donna and her program, you will have confidence or you will get confidence. If you do not have confidence, you need to be following her program. I encourage you, hit the link below and sign up on the membership because she's going to be spending time in a group with you divas. But confidence is for a lot of you ladies out there, you don't have it. And you should have it. If you really understood your value, if you understood who you really are, what you bring to the table.
Right.
And we're going to list, we've actually made a little list here of some of the characteristics that men said, this is what we like about older women.
Yeah.
And the second, go ahead.
I was going to say, I want you to bring it up, but I can concur. Because I'm an older woman, when I went out dating, I was dating younger men. Not by much. They were just, if I'm, at that time, I was in my late 50s.
If she was 50, they were 21, 22.
No. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I was okay to be dating in relationships with a 50-year-old, a 40-year-old. It didn't bother me. I wasn't looking for love and marriage. Of course, Jeff changed that for me, but I was okay with that. And what did they love about that? I had confidence in the bedroom.
Well, everywhere.
Right. I had confidence emotionally. You do too. You have confidence. This is what we're trying to show you. You are not competing. I don't want to hear the story that there's no good men out there and they only want younger women, because that is not the case. That's the point of this series. Go ahead, honey. What's another one?
Well, the next one we are going to mention is emotional maturity. And that's something, again, if you're listening to her, if you're following her system, you're going to, if you don't have a whole lot of that, by the time she's through with you, you're going to be in really good stead. Yeah. But that's a very desirable quality to because you can't have you can't have a really deep conversation with someone that's immature.
All right, so let's say you're divorced now. You're in your 40s, mid 40s. You're out dating. You've dated older women for sure.
Yes,
you did. You would go approach and ask out a 50-year-old, a 60-year-old, or even a 7-year-old, and that's truth. And because Jeff yearned for emotional stability, he wanted to have great conversation with somebody. I mean, this is a guy who's been to 44 countries. You can't just sit there and talk about, I don't know, the birds and...
Well, and I do remember one of the women that I went out with, I was early 40s and she was early 60s. And it did not last because she was a mental basket case, in my opinion. I mean, we couldn't have a conversation a lot of times, and that didn't last long. Only 2 or 3 times when she would literally just blow up, and I would think, okay, this is crazy.
All right, we just got finished saying young women are have more drama, and now you're showing us. Okay, so some of you still have things to work on.
Well,
that's okay.
That's what I'm saying, though. They need to be, if they don't have these things that we're talking about, you need to be joining the group, the link below again, in order to gain these things, and not just for dating, for life.
So now give me some success stories as you, being a 40 and a 50-year-old, went out with a 60 or a 70-year-old.
There's one that I'm thinking of in particular. Wonderful time. We went out, had wonderful conversation. And one of the things that I always loved was, again, she was 20 years older than me, probably 25, but we had wonderful conversation. And she brought into, she gave me new ways to think about things a lot of times.
Oh, I love that. Now, did you sleep with her?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Okay, this is what we're trying to show you. Don't buy into the story that men are only looking for younger women.
No.
It is not the truth.
No.
So this is why we're doing this series for you. So you had a very nice time with this woman.
Yes.
And it went the distance down. And then when it was done, you went out dating again. What other great things?
She moved to Chicago. That kind of made it a little more difficult to take her out here in Arizona. But anyways, one of the other things, though, that of the characteristics that were mentioned, open-mindedness. And that's another thing that I enjoyed about Mary, was that she was very open-minded. We could talk about just about anything. We could, what do you want to eat? She was, again, it was so refreshing to be with somebody that we just enjoyed each other's company.
That's super cool.
Along with that, one of the other characteristics was less drama.
Yes.
Now, if you are...
That's true.
If you're up to emotional maturity, then the one thing that you don't want, and the guy doesn't want, if he's emotionally mature, is drama.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I don't know of anybody that is mature that really enjoys and likes drama.
Well, it's interesting because there are people out there, and ladies, some of you may have experienced this. People actually get addicted to stress. There is that. So remember, there's always things that you can do through therapy, energetic work, your clergy, spirituality, to remove the stories of yesterday so you don't bring it forward into your relationships of today.
Yes.
And just because you do that, you bring so much more value to the table for the men looking to enjoy the company of a fine woman.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about here.
That's what we're talking about.
So that's beautiful. Anything else on the list for this video, honey?
Well, the last thing was practicality, but I think that goes along with everything we've already discussed.
Yeah.
An older, mature woman she's practical about things. There's no, crazy pie in the sky ideas that you hear about and you're like, okay.
Oh, that's fun. Well, that's cool. Well, that's very cool stuff. This was video 1 out of 3, plus a bonus, so there'll be 4. And we'll see you in the next video. But we just always want you to remember, divas,
It doesn't have to be that hard.